Hey, hey, you know what it is. You know who it is. That's right. We are here, of course, in the mix of six. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie. What's going on, family? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Well, we're back again. It's your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother, and we are making it happen right here. Of course, I need you to give me some big energy. Come on, big energy, big energy. Yes, yes. Pump it up. Let's make it go. Come on, drop some fire emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, as we always say, come on, if you're happy and you know it, I need you to make sure that you clap your emoji hands. That's right. If you're happy and you know it, clap your emoji hands. Let me know where you're watching from. See, we got Alaska in the building. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's grow. As we are here in the Mix at Six, did you make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe? Yeah. Come on. Let's stop the press real quickly. Come on. I need you to hit the subscribe button. Matter of fact, I need you to hit the thumbs up button. Right, it's right by the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button. Come on, let's handle that real quickly. That's right. Let's handle that. Hit the thumbs up button. Yes. Come on over to the YouTube side. Hit the thumbs up button. Maybe I'm just gonna pause for the call. Maybe I'm not gonna get into no content until I get at least 10 thumbs up. Yeah, I need that. Let's handle that. Come on, let's put those thumbs up. Let's put those thumbs up. I'm committed to empower you each and every single day. You know, right here, Monday through Friday, each and every single weekday for In the Mix at 6. And listen, as you're watching, of course, on the digital airways of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, we don't stop all the way over to the YouTube side as you're liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I need you to make sure that you share. You're here because you care. So I need you to make sure that you do share. Yes. Let's share. Let's share. Because your timeline could be someone's lifeline. That's right. You know, my goal is to empower you to reach yours. My desire is to inspire. My goal and my job is to empower you to identify your identity. My assignment is to put you in alignment with your purpose. And as a result of it, listen, we have an amazing academy that is going on called the Eagles Academy. It's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I mentor, it's where really just I empower you to identify your identity, to move into a place of awareness. We had an amazing session yesterday talking about psychographics, demographics, geographics, the infographics of what it takes to grow your audience. Right? We're covering some incredible information and taking that information and move it into a place of implementation. Talking about content, talking about so many other incredible things. I don't even want to get into it. You get into it as you get into our academy. Yeah. Join our academy. To hear the testimonials, to see the growth of many of our members, how they're having clarity in their content, how they're developing ideas and business ventures and their purpose, how they're seeing the growth in the development interpersonally, collectively in their relationships with their customers and with their clientele. I tell you, it's where you want to be. The place where we empower you to soar into success and into purpose, increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You want to be a part of it. Go there right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah, tap theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button. Fill out the form. I guarantee that you will be transformed. Why? Because collaboration and community is the new currency. Collaboration and community is what it's all about. You don't just grow in a silo. You need people who understand that a win for you is a win for them too. You need people who understand and really recognize and realize, and this is what you got to realize. You don't just go as high as you don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Let me say it twice because it's also nice. You don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. You want to become a team member of the amazing Eagles Academy. Go there right now. Listen, we're in the mix at 6. Share this with at least 6 people. Tag, tweet, tell, text somebody. Y'all keep showing love. Our brother's gonna keep showing up. If you're ready tonight, just type let's go. Come on, type let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And let's grow together. Come on, let's thumbs it on up. Let's thumbs it on up. Yeah, yeah. To thumbs it up, in many cases you may have to come out of the YouTube live stream right by the subscribe button on youtube.com/EddieConnor. You'll see a thumbs up button. Tap that thumbs up button. Yeah, tap that thumbs up button. Let's go and let's grow to another level. Listen, I was grocery shopping. One thing I realized, and I still sometimes make this mistake, never grocery shop while you're hungry. Thankfully, I wasn't grocery shopping just the other day while I was hungry. I was cool. But as I was grocery shopping, I began to realize as I'm trying to get my blueberries and my strawberries, I do my smoothie each and every single day, trying to eat healthy. Grocery shopping, and I realized that as I'm looking for the fruit that I wanted to get, I think I was looking for some strawberries, blueberries, whatever the case may be. I recognize this, that some of the freshest fruit is not in the front, but some of the freshest fruit is in the back. Here's what I noticed. I noticed that all the rotten fruit and all the molded fruit was in the front. As in the front, we're talking tonight about World War Me, Part 8. Can you believe it? We on Part 8, y'all. And Part 8 is going to be great. Somebody just type win. Type win. W-I-N. Type win. That's what we're talking about tonight. How to win from within. I'm in the grocery store, shopping for some fruit, and I noticed this. All the rotten fruit and all the molded fruit was in the front. Let me tell you this. Just because you're out front doesn't mean you're fresh. Yeah. Just because they're out front doesn't mean they're fresh. It's some rotten fruit in the front. You shall know a tree by the fruit that it bears. Isn't it interesting that all the rotten and the molded fruit, here it is, it's always bunched together? Yeah. I want to talk to somebody. Why are you trying to click up with rotten people? Come on. You trying to you in a place to where you're fresh. I know you're in the back, but you're fresh and you're refreshed. No need of you trying to click up with folks who have a rotten attitude. People have a rotten disposition. People have a rotten mindset. Rotten simply because of stinking thinking. Rotten because here it is, they don't even love themselves. What makes you think they can love you? Just totally rotten. Here's the thing that you need to realize and recognize. Some of the freshest voices, some of the freshest mindsets, some of the freshest people are in the back. And they're in the back. Why? Because God has refreshed them. God has reserved them. God has preserved them. Here it is, for the right hands. So it's a whole bunch of people trying to just choose folks who are in the front. Okay, they got a name, they got this, they got that, they got money, they look good, this, that, and the other, all these other things. But in many cases, oftentimes their fruit is rotten. But the freshest ones that are reserved and preserved are just chilling in the back. Why? Because they understand that they're not thirsty for an opportunity. They're not thirsty for a position. They have the right disposition. They understand this. They got a calling, not just a career. They have a vocation, not just a profession. They understand their particular profession, right? Comes from the words based upon their confession. That which they profess is what they possess. Some of the freshest voices are those who you've never heard before. Some of the freshest voices are those who just do this: chop wood and carry water. They're just consistent. Not looking for an award. Because like I told my Eagles, come on, Eagles, drop some wings. Come on, where my Eagles family at? Drop some Eagles. Eagle emojis. Told them yesterday, man gives an award, God gives a reward. Right? Some of the freshest fruit is not just in the front. The freshest fruit is in the back. I remember my mama would tell me as a kid, we would go to the grocery store, don't just choose what's in the front. Right? Because oftentimes that's the stuff that's just been picked over. That's the molded stuff. That's the rotten stuff. Look in the back. Yeah. Don't just look at the top of the fruit. Look, turn it over. Look at the bottom. Because a lot of times it's mold and it's rotten stuff that's at the bottom. What is the foundation? Is your foundation rotten, or does your foundation have some real good ripe fruit? Everybody don't need to have their hands on you. Why? Because you're selective with a standard. As I said before, some of the freshest voices are the ones in the back, where God is reserved, where God has preserved them for the right hands, for the right selection. Somebody needs to just wipe their eyes tonight. Weeping may endure for a night. Joy comes in the morning. Wipe your eyes. Stop crying. Right? Stop crying because you're not in the front. And start rejoicing because God hid you to develop you. Yeah, he hid you to develop you for the right time. He hid you to develop you for the right people. He hid you to develop you for the right position. He hid you to develop you for the right opportunity. You got a reserve sign on your life. You have a preserve sign on your life. Can't sit in this seat. Been reserved. Can't come at me like that. I've been reserved. Enemy can't sit on you. He can't crush you because you've been reserved and you've been preserved. Here's the question to you. Are you embracing your value enough to recognize, here it is, just because I may not be out front does not mean that I've been overlooked. Because God is always looking out for you. God's always looking out for me. And he's got people who are coming into your life to defend you when you're not in the room. He's got people coming into your life to speak your name in rooms that your feet haven't even stepped into yet. When other people are trying to throw dirt on you, he's got some real no limit soldiers, so to speak, who are willing to get in the dirt with you. He's got people who are coming into your life. Here it is, who didn't come to play with your anointing, who didn't come to play with your power, who didn't come to play with your peace, who didn't come to play with you. They didn't come to play in your face. Yeah, don't play in my face. Like my brother said, don't play me. Play lottery. You got a better chance of winning. Right? And here it is. When you understand that you've been preserved, when you understand that you've been reserved, here's what you get to the place of recognizing. I don't always have to be in the front. I can be chilling in my position. I can be chilling where it is that I am. I'm not afraid of being alone because I understand that alone doesn't mean lonely. What does alone mean? Sometimes alone means that I'm at peace. Your frequency is dictated by what you look at frequently. Let me talk to somebody. Your frequency is gauged on what you're looking at frequently. What is the frequency of your mind? What is the frequency of your soul? What is the frequency of your heart set? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who's in your ear? What do you have that's in your heart? That in many cases, now that bitterness that you have that's in your heart is backed you up so much that now you need some emotional intelligence Drano so you can unclog all of the mess, all of the toxicity, all the trauma, all the triggers. Being alone doesn't mean necessarily being lonely. You're not alone because you got God with you. You're not alone when you know how to enjoy your own company. Sometimes alone means being at peace. Yes, peace. It doesn't put you in pieces. Peace that passes all understanding. Being able to find peace from broken pieces. And some of us know what it's like. Here it is to be alone while being with somebody. Let me talk to somebody. Come on. Let's huddle up. Come a little bit closer. Check this out. Let's pause for the cause. I need you to make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. Come on, YouTube. Come on, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, let's hit that thumbs up button. Matter of fact, maybe I shouldn't even continue until we get enough buttons that are pushed. Yeah, I'm gonna push all the buttons tonight. I need you to make sure that you hit the thumbs up button. Come on, don't hit the thumbs up button in your mind. Don't just say you hit the thumbs up button and you did. Don't lie to me now. Let's hit the thumbs up button, particularly while we're here on the YouTube side. Let's do it. Don't say you're gonna do it and not do it. Let's do it. Some of us know what it's like to be alone while being with somebody. Terrible thing. Might as well be by yourself. Like they say, you can do bad all by yourself. No, I can do good all by myself because I love myself. I know my worth. I'm at peace. I don't have to be entertained. Some of us only click up with people. Some of us only get in relationships. Here it is because we're bored. Yeah, you got into the relationship simply because you were bored. Well, I need something to do. I need a hangout partner. I need a dinner partner. I need a movie partner. You partnered with you trying to find a partner, but did you partner with your purpose? Oh, it's quiet now. Being alone while being with somebody simply because you're not in the proximity of your purpose, much less you chose out of need versus being needed. You chose out of being needy simply because you didn't do what it took to, here it is, win from within. When you're so focused on your purpose, you never feel worthless. When you're so focused on your purpose, you don't even have the time to entertain boredom. You mean to tell me you bored being with you? You got to get to the place like, listen, I'm a vibe by myself. I'm a vibe. Somebody just type it. I'm a vibe. I'm a vibe. And here's the thing about being a vibe attracts your tribe. I'm a vibe. Hello, somebody. A vibe call quest. There it is. Not just a tribe call quest. Shout out to them, the greatest groups in hip hop sphere of all time. A vibrant thing. I'm a vibe. I'm a vibrant thing. I'm a vibe call quest because I know my quest. My quest is about purpose. My quest is that I've been processed. My quest is that I've been refreshed. My quest is that I've been preserved. Yeah. Who's one of the group members? Q-Tip? Q-Tip, one of the greatest producers of all time. Some of us got to put a Q-tip in our ear so that we can hear what it is that we need. We need to hear that we're valuable. We need to hear ourselves affirm ourselves. You saying the words, but you really don't hear it. Matter of fact, you heard it, but you didn't listen to it. I got to comprehend my clarity. I got to comprehend my greatness. Deal with that spiritual ear infection. Deal with that emotional ear infection. It's got you clogged up. The wax has you weary. The wax has you worried. Allow God to be your ear, nose, and throat specialist. Yeah. Yeah. Go to the ENT so that you can deal, here it is, with the TNT of what becomes so explosive in your life. So that, here it is, you don't find yourself alone with somebody. Not afraid of fear, because I found out how to face it. Not afraid of being alone, because I recognize I'm never lonely. I'm not afraid of challenges. Why? Because I understand that challenges create champions. I learned how to win from within. Is it a crime if I rhyme? Here's one thing. I can't talk about me shopping for eating, shopping for food, healthy food rather, and what I try to do. 90% of what I try to purchase when I'm going to the grocery store is on the outer aisles. This it's gonna help somebody. When you go in grocery shopping, shop on the outer aisles, the produce section particularly. Depends on how your grocery store is set up. Shop in the produce area. Gonna help you to live longer, gonna help you to be stronger. But eating right, exercise goes hand in hand. As I'm exercising, I generally work out, whether I want to or not, roughly 6 days a week. Yeah, I got it in a day too. Don't always enjoy it, but I like the benefits of it. And here's the thing, when I really got serious about my workout, here's what I started doing. I started doing push-ups. I started doing push-ups consistently. Somebody just put the flex emoji up. Come on. Somebody just put the flex emoji up. Come on. I'm flexing my faith, flexing in the face of doubt. Come on, somebody just put the flex emoji up. When I got real serious about my workout, started doing push-ups. And it was a struggle. Nobody starts at the top, but it was a struggle to be consistent. Had to say, all right, yep, every single day, we're going to do some push ups, whether you want to or not. Started doing 50. Many cases, I was winded at 50. It was a struggle to do 50 initially, but I built up the strength. I built up the endurance to where now 50 became to the place to where I'm able to do 200 in a row without stopping. Yeah, 200 push-ups in a row without stopping. To where now I'm able to do 1,000 push-ups a day. But here it is. I built my endurance and my strength to win from within. It starts somewhere. What are you building up your endurance and your strength when it comes to tackling opposition? When it comes to, here it is, doing what it is that you don't feel like doing in order to get the benefits from it. We have to close the gap, as I've said, between what we desire and what we did, to where we say, this is what I want to do. And this is, I get to the place where I say, I did that. I want to be in shape, but between what I want to do and me getting to the place where I say I did that, there's a place of growth in between. Yeah. Never in my life did I see myself doing 1,000 push-ups a day, 6 days a week, 5 sets of 200. Never. But you get to the place of growth and endurance. Used to struggle doing 10 pull-ups. Now I can do 30 plus in a row without stopping. What will you do to pull yourself up out of laziness, lethargy, procrastination, excuses, and begin to move into a place of execution? It starts somewhere. For me to get to 1,000, I had to start with 1. For me to get to 30 pull-ups, I had to begin with 1. It's about my fundamental. It's about my framework. It's about here it is, doing 5 right instead of 30 wrong. Used to be a force to do bicep curls with 25 pounds. Now I've been able to triple the weight to add strength. Oh, yeah. Shout out to my workout enthusiasts. We know about leg day. Leg day have you wobbling all day. But now I know the benefits of leg day to where I'm able to embrace it, because here it is. It's about my strength being made perfect in weakness. How do I strengthen the weak areas of my life? Because here's the thing. Many of us look good from just the waist up, but our foundation is off. We ain't got no strength on our foundation. We have no strength in our legs to be able to walk by faith, to endure the hills and the valleys and the mountains of what it is that we want to go and what it is that we want to do. Of climbing. Listen, the elevator is off. The elevator doesn't work today. You got to take the stairs. Elevator's out of commission. We're talking about winning from within, giving you some just practical things that I've had to do. Yeah, to win from within spiritually, to win from within in a practical aspect, to make, here it is, the tactical practical. Couldn't do 50 jump ropes. I'd watch Muhammad Ali. Watch Muhammad Ali doing some crazy jump ropes. I watch Floyd Mayweather doing jump ropes in any form or any type of weather. I'm like, man, these guys doing it. Must be nice. You got to ask yourself this question. Somebody just typed this in the chat. Why not me? Why not me? You seeing millionaires. Why not me? You seeing billionaires. Why not me? You seeing people live the life that they want to live. Why not me? You seeing people writing books. Why not me? You seeing people speaking all over the world. Why not me? You seeing people overcome specific obstacles. Why not me? You seeing people in loving relationships, marriage. Why not me? Come on, they know better than you. They put their pants on one leg at a time like you would. Why not you? And not only do you have to ask yourself that question, you got to boldly answer that question. And oftentimes, why not me speaks to the fact of what am I not doing to be that version of me? Ooh, it's going to be tight, but it's going to be all right. I don't want you to just leave that question with a question mark and you not answer it with a period, much less an exclamation point. English class, if you ask. Why not you? What is it that you're not doing to become you? What is it that you're not believing about you to make that you that you want to step into your reality? Can I keep it real? Couldn't do 50 jumping jump ropes. Couldn't do 50 jump ropes when I first started off without tripping over myself. I'm glad you wasn't around to film me at that time. Thank you so much. I don't mind if you come down. I couldn't do 50 jump ropes without tripping over myself, much less feeling winded. Now I can do 600 jump ropes with ease without stopping. And then when I'm done, I'm breathing normally like I'm breathing now. It starts somewhere. We want to get to the finish line, but what are we doing to run our race at our pace, beginning at the starting line? I say all of this to say when I'm talking about the fruit in the grocery store, when I'm talking about the workout in the weight room, I'm saying all this to say mastery of anything comes by learned techniques for execution. Notice I said execution, not exclusion of what it takes to be successful. When I ask you that question, why not me? You also have to ask with that is how bad do I want it? Remember I was talking about the warrior, worrier or warrior. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. How bad do I want it? How bad do you want to win from within? And some of us just kind of want it. Some of us, we want it on Thursday, but we don't want it on Friday. We don't want it on Saturday. We want it on Sunday because we went to church, high-fived our neighbor. Yeah, did Christian calisthenics, holy histrionics. Come Monday, tired, not inspired. Let me talk to you. I'm saying that because I'm tired of watching you sleep on your greatness. And here's why I'm here. Because I'm your personal alarm clock. I'm your personal alarm clock telling you to get up. No, you can't snooze me. But what you got to do, you got to shake yourself. I'm shaking you to tell you to get up out of depression. Wake up out of the worry. Somebody just type wake up. Come on, family, type wake up. Family, type wake up. Wake up out of the low self-esteem. Wake up out of that low self-esteem. Wake up out of that lethargy. Wake up out of that procrastination. Wake up out of the trauma bond. Wake up out of the gaslighting. Wake up out of the narcissism. Wake up out of the reasons why it won't work. Wake up out of that deleterious doubt. Yeah, you like Rip Van Winkle. You've been sleeping through a revolution of automation, a revolution of a great wealth transfer. Yeah, what did the scripture say? Mention that wealth is laid up for the righteous. Is up, but you got to go up and get it. What are you doing to go up and get it? What are you doing to innovate, elevate, escalate, to shift your ideas and income, your contacts into contracts? It's a revolution going on. Revolution of next level leaders, a revolution of trailblazers, a revolution of connected communicators, a revolution of collaborators, a revolution of trendsetters, a revolution of disruptors, a revolution of not just consumers, but creators, a revolution of not just purchasers, but producers. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. World War Me. It's a whole battle going on. And you sleeping on your sword. This whole battle going on. And you're not even tapped in to win from within. Come on. Got to be tapped in. Got to be able to win from within. And in order to do that, I got to know my identity. Here it is. Just like I've been in the weight room, I got to pull my own weight. Got to be able to pull my own weight. And then here it is. When I'm able to pull my own weight, I'm able to lay aside every weight. The weight of what it is that I don't need. The weight that in many cases been holding me down. The weight that in many cases been keeping me confounded, confused, conflated, conflicted. I gotta know my identity. Somebody just type identity. Can we throw that book up there? That identity book. I gotta know my identity. If you don't have the book Identity, make sure that you go get it. Available right now on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, iTunes, Audible. It's an ebook, it's an audiobook, it's a hard copy. Keys to discover your uniqueness and unlock your greatness. It went number one on Amazon for a reason. You want to make sure that you get that in your hands. And when you get it, read it. Here's the thing. The average American post high school, according to researchers, they only read one book a year. Matter of fact, no. Not even one book a year. It's one book in their lifetime post high school. Make sure I say that right. Average American post high school only reads one book for the remainder of their life. Outside of your Bible, I want you to add this book to it. Identity. Got to know my particular identity. Readers are leaders. If you're going to lead, you got to read. The most illiterate person is not the one who can't read, it's the one who can read but won't read. Let me say that twice because it's also nice. Most illiterate person is not the one who can't read, it's the one who can read but won't read. Reading ought to bring about a level of comprehending. If you're not a part of our Eagles Academy, you want to be a part of our academy, go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. No need of you sitting on the sidelines anymore. Time for you to get in the game. Time for you to be around people like me, other amazing Eagles, people who are gifted, people who are talented, people who are industry leaders, innovators, and creators, who want to see you win, who want to see you grow. This is the time for you to grow your greatness. Yeah, grow your greatness in your relationships. I want you to be a part of it and grow your greatness in your ideas, your impact, your influence. As a result of it, it'll increase your income. Time to grow your greatness in how you view you. Your purpose is not worthless. You need to get not just information, but you need to get implementation. Nothing will grow around you until it first grows within you. And sometimes things are dead around us because they're dead within you. Come on, the dream needs to be resuscitated. The joy needs to be resuscitated. The idea that you put back on the shelf years ago needs to be picked back up again and resuscitated. You need to try it again. Why do you need to try it again? Because this version of you is better. This version of you is more evolved. This version of you is more improved than it was 5 years ago. Go there right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button. Fill out the form, be transformed. You'll be a part of our amazing sessions, master classes, workshops that we do on all forms of subject matter, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, whether it's personal identity, whether it's fulfilling your particular purpose, all of it. TheEaglesAcademy.com. There's a book in many of you. I can show you how to take that vision and make it fruition, how to take your manuscript to the marketplace. You can go and get the bestseller book blueprint, theeaglesacademy.com/store, or as well as accessidentity.org/author. And I'm showing you how I've been able to write 16 books and go number one each and every single time. There's strategies to make it happen. Why not you? How bad do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me. Speaking of identity, I remember a lady told me some time ago. Remember she told me this. She said, I want to be the female version of you. What I thought was flattering. I was taken aback by it initially. Because you know how I say it, nobody can beat you being you. And when I really think about it, when I think about who I've become, when I think about who I am, when I think about, some of the things that I'm talking about, eating right, exercise, probably probably one of the main reasons why I do both of those things is because I'm a cancer survivor. 2024 marks 24 years of me being cancer free. When I think about all these things, I thought about a very well known preacher who said somebody came up to him one day and he said, I want to do what you do. I want to be you. I want to do what you do. I want to preach like you. And he said, well, let me pray. He said, matter of fact, they said, I want your anointing. He said, the person who came up to me and asked that and even said that and requested that had no clue what it took for me to get and become who it is that I am. He said, so what I began to do, I began to pray that their father would die. I began to pray is what he said. That people would turn their back on them. I began to pray. And the person said, no. I don't want all that. I don't want all that now. Well, don't you want the anointing? Don't you want to be able to move and groove and do what I do? It's a cost. It's a price. It's a sacrifice. Come on. They could try to put on your shoes, but they can never fill the space. They can never walk in them. Why? Because what you had to go through to be you, who am I talking to right now? I hope it's you. What you had to go through to be you cost you everything. It cost you everything. The divorce you may have had to go through, the bitterness of what you had to go through, the breakup, the abuse, the neglect, the mother wounds, the father wounds, you having to learn how to love yourself and reparent yourself, the arrested development that you had to overcome when it felt like your life was just plateaued. You told yourself what God told you, and you were able to make it through what it is that you went through. Remember, she told me that. I want to be the female version of you. What I thought was flattery eventually became a red flag to me. Why is that? Because you know they say this, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery. That's a lie. Imitation is not the highest form of flattery. Imitation is the lowest form. Why? Because you can't build with somebody. I need you to hear me. You can't build with somebody who wants your life. It's going to help somebody. Some of y'all been in relationships with people who didn't just want you. They wanted more of what you were than what they wanted to be with you. They wanted what you had. They didn't want who you were and who you are. They wanted your money. They didn't want what they didn't want the mindset of what it took to get it. They just wanted your bank account and your body. That's it. You can't build with somebody who wants your life. Can't truly connect to somebody who wants to be you. Notice I didn't say be with you. You can't truly connect to somebody who just wants to be you. Do you want to be with me or do you want to be me? It's never going to be both. Because here's the thing. When you're not you, it cheats me of you. Yeah, when you're not you, it cheats me of you. I'm going to be the best me that I can be, but I need you to be the best you that you can be. I need you to be you. Why? One is that you can't beat me being me. Secondly, you can't be me for me. You can't beat me being me. You can't be you can't be me for me. You can't be me with me. I just need you to be true to you. And here's the thing. Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question. How much longer will you make them wait? You make them wait when you delay your date with destiny. I know you want a date because the weekend's almost here. No, you want that little midweek date or whatever the case may be. But have you ever been on a date? Well, here it is, a date with your destiny. Yeah. Have you ever been in the proximity of your destiny? Personal authenticity, personal identity. I don't need you to be me. That's what you got to tell them. I don't need you to be me. You got to either be me or you're going to try to either be me or you're going to be with me. Because here's the thing. If everybody's a celebrity, then who's a celebrity? If everybody's famous, then who's famous? If everybody is you, then who's the real you? You're like, well, am I me? Drake said, all these rappers sound like me. I can't tell the difference. Wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. Cat Williams said this. He said, if you got 14 haters, you need to figure out how to get 16 before the summer gets here. Yeah. Got 14 haters. Figure out how to get 16 before the summer creeps up. Gotta be me. And I have to understand and look within to see what is the fruit of those who want to be in your proximity. Yeah. Is the fruit rotten? Does the fruit stink? Is the fruit molded? Is their mindset molded? Is it ratchetness or righteousness? Is their thinking stinking? Because Dr. Cornel West said, presidential candidate Dr. Cornel West, let me put some respect on his name. One of the greatest minds, intellectual thinkers, regardless of race on the planet, said this: we've deodorized the funk of our issues. That Cornel West challenged us to be our best. He said, we have perfumed our pain. We have masked it with makeup. We've sprayed it with Givenchy, Charles Jardin, Thierry Mugler, and we just live uglier. Right? And I wonder, have you ever been in a state of mind where you found yourself smiling on the outside, sad on the inside? Social media terminology would be this: you're using a filter. Yeah. You know you don't really look like that. You catfishing. Yeah. Ain't nothing but catfish. It's a filter. Come on. Every time I see you online, you smiling from ear to ear. But when I see you offline, is another story. You dancing through daisies online. But I go for a hug, I feel like I'm picking up thorns. And your attitude ain't rosy. All right, social media terminology say you're using a filter. What is the filter for? The filter is to counterbalance how I really feel. The filter is to counterbalance how I really look, how I really think. Right? Because I'm only going off of, as I told my academy yesterday, that's why you need to be a part of the Eagles Academy to really get the full substratum of what I said. We go off of metrics, vanity metrics. How many likes do I get? How many comments do I get? How many shares do I have? But are we actually doing empathy scores? Are we actually scoring how it is that we feel with personal empathy? When I do this, I feel like that should be a score for me. Not about how many likes I get, but how I actually feel and how I actually heal and how I actually get to the place of what is revealed internally within me. That's how I win from within. I win from within, knowing this, that greater is he that's within. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Greater is he that's within me than he that's within the world. He that's in the world. Come on, you got to take off them personal filters. The filters color the gray areas of your life. The filters are only used to hide your flaws. And here's what we have a propensity to do. We have a propensity to alter ourselves on the outside, seeking to cover, seeking to deal with what it is that we're experiencing on the inside. You can't truly recover by trying to cover what it is that you have gone through. I got to take off the cover to recover. Can't just go through life being a cover girl. Can't just go through life just being a cover guy just on a magazine. But you never flip the page to write a new chapter in your life. I'll only recover when I remove the cover. Because what's the cover? The cover is a mask. The cover is the mask that prevents me from being able to heal from my past. And here's the thing, sometimes we're dealing with issues that nobody knows about. Sometimes we're smiling through struggle. Sometimes we're trying to offset a setback. Sometimes we're just confounded and confused by circumstances that in many cases are just too painful to mention. And so here it is. Rather than having the intention to deal with what we don't mention, what do we try to do? We just try to draw attention. Yes. Rather than dealing with the painful issues that are too painful to mention and having the intention to take to the Lord in prayer, to also get counseling and therapy, simply because in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Now we just try to draw attention. Attention to your body. Attention to your car. Attention to your friends. Attention to your clout. Attention to your claim. Attention to your dress. Attention to your suit. But you're never suitable. Not just for anybody else, but for yourself first. How can you find a suitable fit and you're not even suitable for yourself? Can't become the right one until I'm the right one. What have our hearts become? Because we got to focus on our heart set. Our heart set is the seat of our emotions. Our heart set is connected to our emotional intelligence. Our heart set is connected to our emotional awareness. It is either the reason why we either grow, we have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. It's either why, here it is, we either plateau or we grow. And oftentimes we plateau because we have not dealt with, here it is, the pain points of what permeates our purpose. What are the pain points that you're smiling through, but are not dealing with? I want to talk to somebody. We're talking about winning from within. We got to deal with the catacorner parts of our lives. We have to deal with the things that are, in many cases, been thrown into the basement, but have blockaded us. We have to deal in order to heal. You can't fight what you don't face. You can't heal from what you won't deal with. You can't recover from what you've covered. I have to get to the place to where I'm dealing with my heart set. What is my heart set on? Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And here's the thing about our hearts. Our hearts have often become so closed when there's nobody to share our issues with. Our heart has oftentimes become closed. We don't even know how to trust anybody else. And here's the thing about trust. We should be able to trust We were created to be able to trust. Trust is normal, but in many cases, distrust has become normalized. Should be able to trust you, but the way that people have not healed you or helped you, but wound up hurting you and harming you, now you have a defense mechanism up. Now, in many cases, you have a wall up. Now, in many cases, rather than creating healthy boundaries, boundaries are a bridge to where you allow certain people or you disallow them to cross. Because of all of those things, now the issues remain bottled up. And when issues are so bottled up, here it is. Now it becomes a Molotov cocktail. Who am I talking to? Yeah. Issues that have been bottled up. Continue to say issues, issues, issues. It's you. What I love about is God has the healing tissues for our hurting issues. Issues that have not been dealt with will become TNT, explosive, to where here it is, it becomes a Molotov cocktail. It's like lighting a flame in a bottle, throwing it through an establishment, through the glass of the establishment. Some of us, here it is, have not been established simply because of our past, because of what it is that we have not healed from, because of what it is that we have not dealt with. So here it is. We find ourselves exploding on everybody. Yeah, come on. You know, when you cooking spaghetti, you got to take the top off. Take the top off, check on it a little bit. It's how it is that we have bottled up our emotions. We never allowed ourselves to take the top off. And so now, as a result of it, our life has just become explosive. The trauma that we dealt with has become explosive. The healing that we're crying out for has become so explosive. Dealing with mental missiles, guerrilla warfare, things that have barricaded our benevolence, the grenades of grief. We're talking about World War Me. All the artillery that the enemy has used against us, and not just can't just blame it on the enemy, things that we have caused and inflicted, here it is, friendly fire on ourselves because of what we won't deal with. It's like the story that I've told before, but it's, I think, necessary to say it again, about the man who had so many exotic fish in his house. Very rich man, lived in a mansion, owned all kinds of elaborate, valuable possessions. Brother was balling out of control. Paintings, Rembrandt, Warhol, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci. I love art. Fancy cars, Lamborghini Murcielago, Ferrari, Porsche. Yeah, statues. However, out of everything that he owned, his most prized possession were his exotic fish. And his exotic fish swam throughout his luxurious in house aquarium. Exotic fish were some of the most sought after, beautiful sea creatures from literally all four corners of the world. One night, as this rich man is on his way to bed, as was his custom, he takes the time to look after his incredible exotic fish, feeds his fish right before he goes to sleep. That was his custom. This particular night, after feeding his exotic fish, rich man, he adjusts the temperature of the aquarium, goes to sleep, wakes up in the morning, does a good stretch, checks a little bit of the weather, looks a little bit at the news, checks on his exotic fish, and he's extremely startled. He's astonished. I know some of y'all may got some goldfish. Oh, we talking about some real sea creatures worth $1,000. I ain't talking about the $5 goldfish you got. Fish costing 5 bands. Hope you understand. Right? Wakes up, goes in, check on the in-house aquarium, and he finds out that all of his exotic fish have floated to the top of the tank and they died. Fish died due to, here it is, the excessively warm temperature of the aquarium. All of a sudden, rather than the rich man throwing up his hands in rage, rather than just eulogizing his fish, rather than just building a sea cemetery, he asked himself this question: I wonder, did the fish scream at night and I didn't hear it? As I'm talking to somebody, maybe it is you. You've in many cases been like the fish. Maybe it was you. You were screaming because life had reached a certain boiling point. The temperature of life had in many cases fried you or kept you frozen. It was too extreme. The temperature rose to this particular place simply because you were a thermometer, but not a thermostat. Thermostat does not reflect, a thermostat sets the temperature. And here it is. What do you do when somebody has created the environment, the temperature in the environment for you? And now it puts you in harm's way. What do you do when you're in an environment of trauma, when you're in an environment of toxicity, when you're in an environment of what is abnormal, but now it's been so abnormal that you see it as normal? Fish was screaming at night, possibly in his mind. What do you do when you're screaming, but nobody's receptive enough to hear it? Why? Because they're only focused on your degrees, but they're not focused on the degrees of where life has been so turned up. To where now it seems as if you've lost your soul. You've lost the essence of who it is that you are. They think everything is all right because here it is. You've always been an encourager. You've always been a caregiver. You've always helped people through. You've always been a problem solver. People always brought their problems to you. How could you bring your problems to other folks? How can the person with the solutions need answers to problems? Let me talk to somebody in here. Maybe you were silently screaming and nobody was listening. All they could see was your makeup on the outside. All they could see was your smooth, sleek suit. All they could see were your high heels, but you were still feeling low to the flow. All they could see were the awards. But you being able to talk to somebody was really the greatest reward. All they could see was what they saw on the outside. But they didn't see the trauma and the turmoil of what it is that you were experiencing on the inside. blind to your pain on the inside, don't even have a pulse on the pain of what it is that you experience. All they saw was your fashionable outfit, but couldn't assess the temperature of a cold heart that made you void of warmth and void of love. But what I love about it is that God looks past our situation and he sees that we're in the right season for revelation, for elevation, and for transformation. Yeah, here it is because what do we want? We want somebody to hear us. We want somebody to see us. We want somebody to value us. We want somebody to affirm us. That's what the essence of true love really is. Hear me, see me, value me, appreciate me. It'd be nice to hear that you love me, but if you show me, it's greater than you telling me. Yeah, because sometimes the hurt of what it is that you have ensued, it gets to such a greater degree that what you do is that you push past the memory in the back of your mind, mentally perplexed, mentally perplexed because of the hurt, mentally perplexed because of the abandonment, mentally perplexed because of the abuse and the shame and the stigma and the trial and the reason why it seems as if you could never get out of what it is that you've been in. And here's the thing, oftentimes our lives have become like the fish in the aquarium. Our hearts have been broken. And what do we need? We need to heal our heart. If you don't have that book, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that. Discover how to love, live, heal from broken connections, broken relationships, broken situations in life. Much like the fish, what has taken place, what has transpired is that the temperature of our hurt, the temperature of our heart, the temperature of our pain, the temperature of our issues has been so turned up. It's reached such a boiling point. And now here it is. Now we find ourselves swimming in a cesspool of circumstances. What do you do when life has become a pool of pain? What do you do when you're screaming for relief, but nobody hears you? What do you do when you're looking for relief, but nobody comes to your rescue? Here's the thing. People, the same people, will show up to your funeral who would never have come for your rescue. Isn't it interesting? People will show up to your funeral who would never come to your rescue. Can't hear you screaming, and I can't hear your voice. But God made a choice to say, I can. What God will do is that he'll bring words of comfort, words of healing, words of clarity, words of wisdom that come from your wounds simply because here it is, while you're at World War Me, while you're trying to win from within, oftentimes you're a wounded warrior. Got all the battle scars, got all the wounds, been cut, not just by a weapon, but in many cases by the weapon of people's words. Sticks and stones will break your bones, but words never hurt. That's a lie. And now you're carrying all the points of your pain. But here's what we got to do. In order to address the pain points, what we got to do is we got to take the time to be able to point at the pain. Rather than just ignoring the pain, what are you doing to point at the pain and say, yes, this is an issue. Yes, I need healing in this area. Yes, this really trips me up. Yep, that's a trigger for me. Yes, it's painful. That was traumatic. And it keeps causing me to trip over the trial. I got to get help from so I won't continue to be hindered. Come on. You can talk about your pain points all day, but will you actually point at the pain? Point at the pain to change. Point at the pain to say, listen, I'm not going to continue to be in a trauma bond anymore. I'm not going to continue to be with people who reflect where I've been, not where I'm going. Family, just type breakthrough. Come on, family, type breakthrough. Type breakthrough. If you know it's for you to say, I'm not going to continue to be with people who reflect where I've been. I'm surrounding myself with those who reflect where I'm going. Why? Because I'm growing. I'm growing through what I've been through. I'm growing in my greatness. I'm growing in my emotional intelligence. I'm growing in my spiritual intelligence. I'm growing in my relational intelligence. I'm growing in transformational intelligence. I'm growing where I've never grown before. If I grow where I've never grown before, I can go where I've never gone before to do what I've never done before. Who am I talking to? I hope it's you. I got to grow out of this pain by pointing at the pain. The pain points are not bullet points. The pain points are not just for a PowerPoint. The pain points are to get to the point, the root, which leads to the fruit of what it is that I've experienced. No wonder the mindset is molded. No wonder it seems like you don't get revelation. It's just rotten. No wonder you're trying to click up and bunch up with people who are rotten and molded, because here it is. It's an example and it's an expression. It's a symbolism of what's going on internally inside of you. And until you do the work that many don't want to do, you'll get to the place where many never get to. Until you do the work that many don't want to do, you'll get to the place where many never get to. God hears your silent screams. And what he does is that he gives you victory, which is your verdict. Tell you, healing, restoration is your portion. Matter of fact, more than just your portion, you get the whole substratum. You can overcome. You can survive. You can thrive. Why? Because you got to keep that dream alive. You got to resurrect that joy inside of you. Things have tried to choke you. Things have tried to cripple you. Things have tried to trip you up. But you got to get back up. It's a champion that's on the inside of you. Challenges create champions. Somebody just type thrive. Somebody just type thrive. You were called to do more than survive. You were called to thrive. I know you're crying, but you're going to keep thriving. I know you've been hurting, but you're going to keep thriving. I know you've been suffering, silently suffering, but you're going to keep thriving. I know you've been caregiving, but you're going to keep thriving. I know you've needed an encouraging word, but you're going to keep thriving. You got to keep believing in order to keep thriving. You got to keep giving in order to keep thriving. You got to keep affirming in order to keep thriving. You got to keep praising in order to keep thriving. You got to keep praying in order to keep thriving. Thrive doesn't mean you never get knocked down. It means you don't stay down. Did you hear what I just said? A champion that thrives does not mean you were never knocked down. It just means this: you're dogmatic enough not to stay down. Why? Because I got a crown. Crown yourself, king. Crown yourself, queen. There's a crown over your head that one day you'll grow tall enough to wear. You being able to grow up causes you to go up. They buried you. They didn't realize you were a seed. You're not a weed, you're a seed. Seed of strength. A seed is going to have to bear after its own kind. Yeah, you're the kind of champion. You're the kind of thriver. You're the kind of king. You're the kind of queen that understands that, yeah, you're a seed that can meet somebody's need. And before you ever meet somebody's need, you first got to meet your own. You first got to have that courageous conversation with yourself to say, let me look at all of the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats that stop me from thriving. No, you're not going to live with your head just barely above water. Not just going to be sinking or swimming. Going to be walking on water as a faith walker. Walking by faith into your greatest season yet. Come on, somebody just type the word now. Come on, family, type now. Type now. My next is now. My opportunity is now. My open door is now. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you just stepped into your now season. It's your season of suddenly. All of a sudden, the blessings are going to come immediately. All of a sudden, it's going to be head swimming blessings. Everywhere I turn around, he's making a way out of no way. It's my now season. Now, better relationships. Now, new opportunities. Now, more money. Why? Because now I've been a good steward of what he's given me. Now is my season of greatness. Now I'm moving into emotional awareness. Now I've addressed my pain points because I took the time to point out the pain and create strategies to resolve it and turn it into a testimony. Now it's my opportunity. In order to get into the place of now, here it is like they say in Latin, carpe diem. I got to seize the moment. And here it is. When you seize the moment, you got to own it. Did you know that if you switch the letters around in now, it's own? L- Y'all ain't talking to me. Let me talk to myself. If you switch the letters around in now, it's own. Come on, own your purpose now. Own your next level now. Own. Might be on your own, but own it. That's right, D. Yeah, yeah, I love it. Own now one. When I own it now, I've won. Win from within. Win now. When should I win? Now. When should I step into my identity? Now. When should I get the book Identity? Now. When should I join the Eagles Academy? Right now. Yeah, let's go. Let's go right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. You need to be in a space and a place to where we show you how to own it now. And when you own it now, you've already won. Winning is a byproduct of owning. Own it. Win from within. I wasn't always the greatest reader, so I read the word impossible as I'm possible. I understand this, that if I rearrange the letters in depression, it spells I pressed on. Now is the time. Now is the opportunity. Now is the day. It's your moment. If you seize the moment, here's what it'll do. It'll give you momentum. Seizing the moment gives you momentum. Let me show you how to soar with the momentum of what it is that I've given you now. You've been on the ground level too long. It's time to get the momentum. Here's what a plane does, and I've been on enough of them to know that oftentimes a plane, it does not go in a straight line to take off. What it does, whether you realize it or not, it's going in a circle. And here's the thing, you ought to get excited when life starts going in circles, because this is what it does. It reminds you that you're just gaining momentum. The plane has to go into a circle first for it to go to another plane, so it doesn't plateau. You going in a circle in relationships, you going in a circle with your purpose, you going in a circle where it seems as if you're not loving yourself, knowing your worth, valuing you. It's just giving you momentum to get off the ground so that you can take flight day and night, so that you can soar, as Isaiah said, on wings as an eagle. Mount up on wings as an eagle. Run and not be weary. Walk and not faint. You got some endurance. You got some strength and some stamina because you're spiritually rooted. You're anchored. It's time to take flight. Right now is the right time to take flight. I want you to join us. I'm talking to people who are really, really serious about their growth. Say, listen, I can't remain the way that I am because nothing changes if nothing changes. Doing the same old thing is going to give me the same old result. I got to do something different to get something different. My back is against the wall. My relationships don't seem to be working out. My money seems to be funny. My change seems to be strange. My credit or debit still can't get it. My nickel seems to be fickle. My dime doesn't seem to have time. My purpose seems to be out of whack. I know there's more for me, but I got to do something differently. I got to heal from certain places in my life. I need to grow in my emotional intelligence, in my emotional awareness, in my relational intelligence, in my spiritual intelligence. I got to move into a place of transformational intelligence. You've come to the right place, but you need to get into the right environment, an environment of eagles. Somebody just dropped some eagle emojis in the chat. Somebody just dropped some eagle emojis in the chat. Come on, where's my family at? Come on, family, eagle family, community of eagles. Why? Because Community and collaboration is the new currency. Once you get into an environment of eagles, where we're going to show you how to soar, not just giving you information, but giving you implementation, how to sharpen your skill set, maximize your mindset, build your tool set, heal your heart set, be an asset in any environment. The strategies, the structure, the solution, the system, saving yourself time, energy, and money, doing what's never been done before to go where you've never gone before. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Theeaglesacademy.com. Once you tap the join now button, as you tap that join now button, I want you to fill out that form, be transformed. You can join us for a whole year and push in your subscription, join us for a whole year, or you can finance that month to month for no more than just, what is it, $55, which is about $1.80 a day. Isn't your growth more important than a Starbucks coffee, which is about $7? Your growth is worth at least $1.80 a day. I would say invest in yourself. Yeah, make room to bloom. Grow your greatness. Be a part of our amazing sessions where we go even into greater depth than where we go here. Get around people who understand that a win for you is a win for them too. They want to see you grow into success, greater success, and greater purpose. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Fill out the form. Be transformed. Own it. Own it now. Own it now. As I'm talking to you, there are other resources that I do have. You can go to theeaglesacademy.com/store. For those of you who want to be writers, for those of you who are authors, where are my authors at? Somebody just type the word author, 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 author. Where are my authors at? You know there's a book inside of you. You know you need to write that book. 80% of Americans want to write a book, according to the New York Times. Less than 1% do. I'm blessed to be in that 1%. Not just writing a book one time, writing a book 16 times. 16-time book author. Let me show you how to get into that 1%. And not just get into that 1%, stay in that 1%. You need the bestseller book blueprint, where I'm giving you strategy, structure, solutions, showing you how to do what I've done. Remember I said you got to close that gap between what I want to do and what I did? What I want to do versus I did that. Those of you watching me on the YouTube side, let the work speak for itself, as you can see it. Book after book after book after book after book. Got to close the gap between what I want to do and I did that. Got to make the investment. That's how you close the gap. I close the gap between what I want to do and I did that with an investment. It's a personal investment in myself. You never go bankrupt investing in you. That's your greatest ROI. That's your greatest return on investment. When you invest in you, when you invest in your identity, when you invest in your book, when you invest in your communication skills, when you invest in your soft skills, when you invest in workshops and memberships in communities. Come on. Go ahead. You can get the bestseller book blueprint at accessidentity.org/author. You can also get it at theeaglesacademy.com/store. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can plug and play what I've done, make it yours. Step by step. Manuscript to marketplace, becoming an industry authority as an author, even if you're already an author. Showing you how to move your books into the hands of people rather than moving your books into the basement. rather than moving your books just into the back of your car. That's what it's about. Successful speaker strategies, showing you how to communicate in a greater way. Not communication is not just for presentation. Communication is for connection. Relationships will be better when you know how to communicate better. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Whatever you're building, use better words, you can build it better. It's about communicating confidently, even if you're on a stage, developing your signature story, being invited back to speak, then being paid to speak. Speaking is a science. Speaking is a strategy. Speaking has structure to it. I want to get the successful speaker strategies. That's going to bless you. That's going to help you. That's going to hone you. That's going to define you. That's going to refine you. Here it is. Do you know one of the biggest reasons of marital breakups, divorces, much less relationship breakups? One of the factors is communication. If one of the factors of divorce, much less breakups, is communication, don't you think you need to be versed in that? Communication is an art and it's a science. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Some of us are saying the right things, but our delivery is off. Some of us have a good delivery, but the way we say it and convey it and how we say it, how it sounds, makes you confounded. Doesn't sound profound at all. If I want better relationships, I need to get better with words. I need to get better with tonality. I need to get better with the way that I communicate to where I connect when I communicate. I need to be more skilled in that area. Go to theeaglesacademy.com/store to get the successful speaker strategies. Get my free download called The Art of Communication. Successful speaker strategies goes way in more depth than The Art of Communication, which is just a free resource. You can also get the successful speaker strategies at accessidentity.org/author. I'm sorry, /speaker. But do go there for the author as well. One thing I recognize about communication, you grow as a speaker based upon how you write. Because you generally don't write the same way that you speak, and you don't speak the same way that you write. But writing develops you as a speaker. Writing develops you as a communicator. Because you actually have to put into practice, you have to put into wording what it is that you're thinking. And if you can think it and process it through, then guess what? When it comes out with your words, it'll connect. It'll connect. Won't be a lot of uhs and ums and see what had happened was, and y'all got to bear with me. Won't be none of that. Because as a matter of fact, you're well versed in what it is that you do, what you're trying to communicate, who it is that you are. Too many of us, the gap is too big between our mind and our mouth. I don't have enough time tonight. I don't have enough time tonight. You got to go get all the resources. I don't have enough time. I'd be on here all night if I was doing it, and I can do that. But I'm not going to do that. That's why we got resources to do that. Why? Because I gotta get to the place where from what I want to do to I did that. And I guarantee you, if you go and get that, you're going to do that. Should we go for part 9? Should we go for part 9? This series has some longevity to it. I'm trying to quit, but it won't quit me. Part 9. Listen, it's not a race, it's a pace. Give me grace. Not a race, it's a pace. Give me grace. World War Me, part 9. Don't miss it. Don't miss it tomorrow. It's coming at the right time. I'm out of time. Show's out of time. In the Mix is out of time. But I'm not out of truth. Y'all know that. Like that great rapper Tupac Shakur said, there's no way I can pay you back, but my plan is to show you that I understand. You are appreciated. So I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because like the song said, that's just how we roll. How we roll. So in the midst of rocking, riding, and rolling, show's going to keep on rolling. Each and every single day. Weekday, that is. Monday through Friday. In the Mix of 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the digital airwaves of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. And we don't stop. All the way over to the YouTube side. Hit the thumbs up button. Come on, hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, hit the thumbs up button. No, seriously. Okay, yep. Hit the thumbs up button. For real, for real. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As you're on the YouTube side, make sure that you do that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well, so that you're up to date on all the content when it drops. Follow me on all the social sites at EddieConnorJr. Come on, put some respect on my name. No E's or S's in my last name. At EddieConnorJr. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. Yeah, I'm on TikTok too if it don't get banned. But the band will always be here. Keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. Of course, if I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, shout me a holler, reach out to me. If you'd like me to speak at your event, yeah, I do that too. Let me know. Be glad to support you. Be glad to strengthen you. Go get the Majesty magazine on the cover with my dear brother and my dear mother. Great, insightful magazine, and gives you, a lot of background information on me and the family. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Your main man, 100 grand. Your brother from another mother. Family, it has been fun, but a brother got to run. Just know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, it's your year to become more. This your year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now to eaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face, not just your space. Go right now. theeaglesacademy.com. Yeah.